Hello students, how are you all? I am Mrs. Tina Lesser. I am going to teach about the economics. You take your economics portion. I am ready to teach. Open your textbook, page number 210. Unit 1 lesson name is Gross Domestic Product and its growth. Gross Domestic Product and its growth. This is an introduction for that. Let's see the learning objectives for this lesson. These objectives are help to understand what you are going to learn in this unit. First one, to know about the meaning of gross domestic product. What is the meaning of gross domestic product? First you are going to learn. Second objective, to understand the basic various measures of national income. Next one, to understand the composition of GDP. What are the compositions are there in the gross domestic product? To know the contribution of different sectors in GDP, to know the economic growth and development and its differences, and then to know about development path based on GDP and employment, and last one, to understand the growth of GDP and economic policies. To know about development path based on GDP and employment. How to develop the employment. This GDP part is help to understand the term, economic term, employment. Last one, to understand the growth of GDP and economic policies. Let's see the introduction for the lesson. For example, you are after a long time you meet in touch through email with a good friend of yours. When you ask how are you, your friend asks how are you. What you are replying? My health is good, I am fine, I am progressing in my studies, so I am doing well, thank you, or anything else. Then your friend then asks you, how is India doing? The answer to this question is very challenging because she or he is asking about the condition of the entire nation. Fortunately, economists have provided different measures of answering your friend's question. Economists are providing different measures of answering. How to measure the national development. The most widely used one being the gross domestic product or GDP. The GDP then is one way to know if India is doing well or India is not doing well as we would wish. Okay. Let's see the definition of GDP. To understand the GDP tells how India is doing, you should understand what GDP is. First you have to know about the meaning of GDP. What is GDP? Imagine what happens in a hotel. You place an order for 2 idlis and cup of tea. Someone makes the idlis and tea. Someone else serves you. Someone else serves you. An economist will say that in the hotel 2 kinds of items are being produced. Obviously idlis and tea are produced. For example, these are tangible, physical things you can touch and feel. Tangible means which things have a touch and feel. That is called tangible. Economists call such tangible items goods. These goods are not free but have to pay for. You have to pay for that idli or tea. You don't realize it in addition to these tangible things called goods, something else is being produced. The work done by the cooks and the people who serve the food. The activity of cooking and serving is not something you can feel and touch. Such activities are not tangible but are nevertheless crucial for you to enjoy the food. Economists call such activities services. That is called services. Who serves you? Who distributed the foods to you? That is called services. As in the case of goods, these and other services are not free but have to be paid for. You have to be paid for that. What happens every day in a hotel happens nationwide. Goods and services are produced and paid for, and this what the GDP measures. This what the GDP measures. Turn the page number 211. The GDP is defined. How we define the GDP? The GDP is the market value of all the final goods and services. GDP is the market value of all the final goods and services produced in the country during the time period. What are the products are produced in the country? Particular time period. It is called the market value of the final goods and services. Every part of the definition is important. This is the definition for GDP. What is the definition? The GDP is the market value of all the final goods and services produced in the country during a time period. During a particular time period. This is the definition of GDP, gross domestic product. Every part of the definition is very important. Let's see the goods and services. Goods and services, as you know by now, goods are tangible items while services are activities and are intangible, which are intangible. Tangible means which they have, feel or touch. That is called tangible items. While services are activities which are intangible. Right? Next, see the market value. The term market value. This is the price at which goods and services are sold in the market. Market value is the price at which goods and services are sold in the market. The GDP measures all the goods and services produced in the country. For this, we have to add all the goods and services produced. You have to add that. However, a nation produces a wide range of goods like rice, shoes, trains, milk, clocks, books and bicycles. These are the examples for the products. If only the quantities are taken into account, there is no meaningful way to add these up. For example, how do you add 1000 liters of milk with 500 clocks? You are not add, no. Likewise, there is no meaningful way to add the quantities of services since a wide range of services are produced, such as the work done by doctors, police, fire brigade, teachers, bus drivers and district collectors. When we cannot add the quantity of one type of good with another type of good, or one type of service with another type of service, certainly there is no sensible way to add the quantities of goods produced in the services produced. How would we add the quantity of milk produced in the country with the service produced by teachers? How will you measure? How will you add the services produced by the teachers? Not possible, no. So, the market value is at which goods and services are sold in the market. Okay. The GDP solves this problem by measuring the goods and services in the currency of the country, which is the rupee in case of India. The rupee values are derived from the prices at which the goods and services are sold in the market. Only those goods and services with a market value are included in the GDP. Which problem is there in the economy? The GDP solves main problem to measuring the goods and services in the currency of the country. To measure the goods and services in the currency of the country. There is a big problem how to measure it. The GDP solves the big problem only. The rupee values are derived from the prices at which the goods and services are sold in the market. This implies that unless a good or service is sold in the market, it is not included in the GDP. Good or services sold in the market, it's not included in the gross domestic product. For example, if you pay ₹50 to get a manuscript typed in a computer center, the service is included in the GDP since it is sold in the market. If you type the manuscript yourself, the service typing a manuscript is not included in the GDP. Understand? This is the example for this. Next, we are moving to the final goods and services. What is final goods and services? Economists Taylor Cowen and Alex Tabarrok say that final goods and services are the goods and services which will be used or consumed and will not form a part of other goods and services. It's not the part of the other goods and services. The goods and services which will be used for producing other goods and services and will form a part of the goods and services produced are called intermediate goods. There is an intermediate goods to act between the final goods and services. Only the final goods and services are included in the GDP. Only the final goods are included in the GDP. Intermediate goods are not counted in calculating the GDP. The intermediate goods are not counted in the GDP because the reason is the value is included in the final goods. The intermediate goods value is included in the final goods. So, the intermediate goods are not included in the calculation of GDP. If the intermediate goods are included in the GDP, it will result in there is a double counting is there. Okay. Let's see what is double counting. With an example, a cup of tea bought in a hotel, this is the final good because it is consumed and does not form a part of the producing something else. This is the final good. The market value of the cup of tea being a final good. The market value of the cup of tea is also a final good. It is included in the GDP. The market value is included in the GDP. Sugar which is mixed in the tea is an intermediate good. Sugar added in the tea is an intermediate good. You are added the sugar to the tea, no? That is called intermediate good because it is used in making tea and forms a part of the tea serve. Making a part of the tea serve. Suppose the tea price ₹10 a cup, of which the value of the sugar is ₹2 is added, no, used to add. So the price of the cup of tea includes ₹2, price of the spoon of the sugar. Already they added. If this value of sugar is included in the GDP, this value of the sugar is included in the GDP, it will be counted twice. It will be counted twice. This value of sugar is included in the GDP, it will counted twice. As a spoon of sugar and again as a part of the cup of tea, this is called a double counting. How to avoid this? To avoid this, intermediate goods like sugar are excluded from GDP. To avoid the double counting, the intermediate goods like sugar are excluded from the GDP. Should the market value of utensils used to brew the tea be included in the GDP? You may argue that since the utensils are both not a final good but to produce tea, they are intermediate goods and so they should not be included in the GDP. However, the utensils, unlike sugar, do not form a part of the final good, the cup of tea. For this reason, they should be included in the GDP. Okay.